Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So this is the self-care series, day 5. Um, Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, please just click the link below and you'll be able to get access to all of those. So what we've done is in the last 4 days, we've covered just some of the self-care routine you can just start putting in place. The idea is we want to combat kind of burnout and reduce any stress. And we just want to introduce these simple self care tools and tactics that you're able to use at home. Day 1, we spoke about the 5 signs of potentially being on the verge of burnout. Um, as we've talked about, burnout is pretty much a continuum. So you start off, from being a little bit annoyed maybe to stress, then you chronic stress, and then you start tipping into the red zone where you are burnt out, and this is fairly dangerous. Um, then we spoke about on day 2, basically the 4 ways to ensure you keep a healthy brain. Um, Mainly with your food choices and decisions you're making, what you're putting into your body. And then we had on day 3, we spoke about sleep and the 5 ways that good sleep hygiene can help reduce your stress. Yeah, it can. Um, Day 4, we were speaking about journaling, one of my favorites, and just how to use journaling and how journaling really is really helpful in reducing and improving your mental health. So there's 6 ways that journaling can do that. Obviously, there's more, but we talked about that. So today we're just going to talk about negative self-talk and how this can really impact um, the way you're feeling and the emotional turmoil you might be feeling. So it's so important that you do your research, okay? As a practice owner, you could be a clinical director, you could be a just a director, a partner, somebody who's a JVP, you're about to go into this position, do your research, whatever it is. You could be a head nurse, practice manager, going to more of administrative job, whatever it is that you're doing, do your research. Did I say do your research? Um, so you just need to know what your target market is and see if other practices are attracting clients or good team members. If you are struggling to find team members to join your team, look at your team. Okay, it's not necessarily the people. Okay, um, you know, if other people are managing to get this sorted, then you know that there's room for improvement in your own space. So don't be afraid of competition. Competition is a good thing, and it just helps all of us lift our game. It's true. So don't try to be the same as others. Every team is different. Every people who form part of the team is different. So try not to be the same as others. So just avoid comparisonitis at all costs. And yes, comparisonitis is an actual thing, okay? It's a word that's been coined in the last 4 or 5 years. But yeah, we've always suffered from it. I think it was around even when I was a kid. So just try and make your practice a little bit different from others. And honestly, people will flock to you because they don't need to be exactly the same. Clients don't want paper, cookie cutter versions of this practice and that. They just don't. They're probably looking for you. um Please become your own health advocate. Now, I'm not trying to scare people with this picture, but if you're plagued with eating or health issues, or just go to the doctor and request a physical along with some blood work. I had this conversation with a loved one, and I said, you need to ask for blood work. And they were like, well, I don't know what to ask for. And I wrote it down, and I was like, this is what you say. And to be fair, they did exactly that. Turns out all the stuff that they were really worried about, nothing wrong with them. Okay, it was that bad diet. Okay, so if you haven't actually attacked all of these things and you think you're going to get some magic pill from the doctors. There's a bit of work to be done first. But please become your own health advocate, because nobody else is going to do it for you. You know, if you've got confirmed health issues, um, you need to combat this negative self-talk, basically with the concrete knowledge that you really must change in order to live a healthier life, but also to live long. Um, you know, we're heading for living for a lot more years than what our grandparents and great grandparents did. So you want to be around feeling good about yourself and feeling healthy. So, oh my goodness, plan, please plan. You know, take your yearly planner and make monthly and quarterly goals, and just create action steps to reach each of those goals. We talked about this in the last day. Just plan your meals so that you know exactly what it is, you know, you're going to eat, what healthy foods you're going to have, what you're going to buy. Prepare it the night before. I can't say any more about that. Just be prepared. Okay. um this is important. If you are more of a city down kind of job, please, you need to step away from the computer at some point. If you've got office days where you've got loads of paperwork to do, make sure you just let your brain turn off for a little bit and go for a little wander, and then come back. So stop reading social media, and news articles and all negative stuff. I don't watch the news anymore unless I need to. Okay. So this was a rule. A good 2 years ago, I decided no more news. And just as well, because last March, when the pandemic hit, I watched TV for the first time in about a year. And it affected me so badly. I just lay on the couch for the entire day. It happened to be one of my days off from work, and I was just so dumbstruck by the disaster that was happening. And I hadn't done that in a long time. So be careful what you let in, okay? Um, so take a break from your computer, and just think objectively about your next steps, all right? If you're on there all the time looking at the screen, you know, you get the little square eyes and you don't know whether you're coming or going. So whilst you're doing all of that, just eliminate any of these pop-ups, any of these negative articles. You know, when you're on the computer and sometimes they come up on your phone, they come up. Eliminate any of these negative articles. And definitely don't dip into negative shows. These reality shows can be really toxic, and where, especially where they treat other people badly or make people feel bad about themselves. That will stick. So just don't watch stuff like that. Start practicing some self-care, and it does alleviate stress. And I know it feels a bit like, oh, we've heard this before. The truth is, you've got to do all of these in conjunction. The idea is that you've got your body, your mind, and your spirit, and all of them need to be in the green. All of them need to be in a healthy state in your energy accounts. Okay. So I would consider meditating quietly. If you've never meditated before, it's fine. Try for 2 or 3 minutes first. You don't need to do it any longer. Don't set yourself up by trying to do 15, 20 minutes 3 times a day when you've never done it before. It's like going to the gym, you know? So try practice some yoga poses, and then listen to a gratitude meditation. This really makes a big difference. So journal, you know, these are really will alleviate your stress. So if you could journal and write about the stresses of the day, and also some gratitude, write those down. Keep moving. So exercise, you know, whether it's running, walking, climbing, whatever it is, dancing with the kids, trampolining. exercise, and keep yourself hydrated. Um, this definitely is lovely. So just take a nice hot bath. Make sure that you've got some Epsom salts in there. And the reasons for the Epsom salts is just some magnesium sulfide, and it just helps with easing any aches and pains. Magnesium gets absorbed much faster through the skin than it would if you took magnesium tablets. So it really, really helps kind of loosen any kind of aching muscles. And plan and prepare your healthy meals. Okay, this is important. All right, don't leave this out. Um, Definitely show gratitude for what you have. Before you complain about what you don't have and how much you want more of something, just show gratitude for what it is that you have. Yes, get enough sleep. Please get enough sleep. If you've got a pattern that constantly disrupts your sleep, if you're on call all the time, if you're on call 3, 4, 5 times a week, if you're on call, once a week, but you feel like it's disturbing you and it is really disruptive and it takes you a long time to get back on, find out what groove works for you and then stay in that one. Okay, come out of the one that's not serving you. So, got some resources today. So day 5, our resource is this. I love this because it kind of talks to the whole automatic negative thoughts. So this is created by Dr. Daniel Amen, and he created this because he works with a lot of people who are severely depressed and have got a need for him to actually do a spec scan on their brain. So really amazing. So what he does is, the truth is we've had a crazy few, like 12 months. It's just been unprecedented. But it's so easy to automatically start thinking of or imagining all sorts of situations and negative outcomes that might happen, not will happen, that might happen, even though they're not your current reality. Okay. So I use this exercise to help people stop this unhelpful loop of negativity and reframing that thinking. So I suggest you try it. So this is how it works. Okay. So it's also just one sheet and you're able to use this. And on one side, on the left hand side, you've got a negative thought. Okay. So for instance, tell me if this sounds familiar. Yesterday was a struggle at work and I'm finding it difficult to deal with rude clients at the moment. Tomorrow will probably be even worse if Mrs. So and so comes back in. Yeah. Just the general is, am I in the ballpark of some of the thoughts that sometimes go through your mind? Um, why don't we change it and we actually replace it with a positive affirmation or a positive thought? So, what we could be thinking is, today will be a good day. We are all finding this really difficult, and I am grateful for the opportunity to help my clients and colleagues through this crisis. That's the same situation, but it's just you that's slightly different. So I would kind of jot down a couple of negative thoughts and think about your positive affirmations. If you're struggling to come up with these in the moment, you don't need to. I would do these in the evening. You don't even have to come up with a positive affirmation. When you get up, you'll be surprised that you actually have the answer to all of these. Okay. So this is our final day. And I am really, really pleased that I spent some time with you guys. I wanted to share this with you because a mentor of mine shared this with me, and I actually really, really loved it. And the truth is, this is by Viktor Frankl, and he's a Holocaust survivor. And he has a lot of, amazing things that he wrote while he was in the concentration camp. But the truth is, between the stimulus and a response. So something happens and then you respond. There is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So, if you have any questions to ask me about anything that we covered over the last 5 days, please find me on Facebook, or you can email me on gardenercoaching@gmail. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me these last 5 days. I can't wait to see you start laying that foundation for your self care routine, because this is important. And I hope you appreciate what the routine means. It means routinely going to bed at a reasonable hour, waking up at the same time, choosing good, high quality protein foods, for breakfast, not guzzling coffee until 10 p.m. You know, these are all the things that you need to be thinking about. Maybe starting a journaling practice, being more aware of whether you are kind of slipping into burnout or not. Um, Eliminate the negative self-talk. Use these tools that I've given you. Plan, oh my goodness, plan for what it is you want your future to look like. And if you require any more assistance, please find the assistance that you need. So I just wanted to let everybody know that I do one-to-one coaching. I only take a few one-to-one clients a month, so I can give give you guys proper attention, just to the life coaching. However, if you're interested in a group program where we actually go in an entire group and we move through each of the modules where we work through. My next level group program is it's a 6 week long, it's live training. So you get recorded videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's a recap on Thursday. But on Friday, we have a live call where you guys can send in your Q&A questions, or email them, or just turn up live, and we can go through your what if questions because there are a lot of those. And it's a 7-step system for creating your own burnout prevention blueprint. I'm all about preventative health care in my animals, and I don't see why we don't do it in ourselves. So the veterinary industry has so much to give to the world, and I think it's high time we look after each other. And I thought it'd be nice to give back. So that's why I've created this. If you need anything at all, honestly, just find me, and I will email you back. Click the link below, and you will be able to access this whole series. It is free of charge. There's nothing, so you can get the PDFs. You can either join our Facebook group, or you can just click the other link that will allow you to just have this in the privacy of your emails, and you don't have to worry about anybody um, seeing you in another group, because not everybody's into Facebook. But I just want to take this last opportunity to say thank you again. And what I want is to completely avoid us having the situation where we are burnt out or feeling like we cannot cope or overwhelmed. So let's just stop this from just avoid this happening. So please take care, of your whole body, of your physical self, your emotional self, and your spiritual self, and just take time to relax and go outdoors, take a breath. Honestly, much love and appreciation for your time spent with me, and I need you to take care, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.